All right, boys and girls, let's fire it up. We are right in the middle of this beautiful cycle. It is the peak of the peak of the peak now. So we have just finished up this build phase within the peak cycle, within the peak year. So next week, this week that we're about to go over is the first week of this peak phase of the peak cycle of the peak year. So I'm going to say it for like up front, I'm learning just as much as we all are, because honestly, this is my first time actually going through this program as well. I mean, obviously, you know, we've been doing this for a long ass time as far as coaching and programming. So just as we've spoken about in a lot of different instances, like the principles are all there, but just the actual how it's all come together, you know, it's still, we're learning. But from what I've witnessed with everybody, like all the different athletes, and then obviously from my own personal experience, and then in the conversations that Coach TJ and I have had, like things are like shit's moving along pretty damn well. Like as far as I've been able to tell, everybody's numbers are going up. That's sticking to the program. Like yes, there's challenges. Like there's always going to be the challenges and the things that like, oh, why isn't this feeling like that, or why am I still having this issue? And that is a good point that I do want to bring up at this point where we are at, because one of the, I guess, drawbacks of the kind of training that we are doing in this particular phase, where it's just essentially like a meet prep, where all we're doing is just maxing out, is obviously there's not a lot of focus on potential like technical deficiencies. And so sometimes, and well, not sometimes, but a lot of times, when you're in this kind of phase, the way that I like to look at it is like, you've already done all the work. Like that's really what we've been focusing on this year, and really, all the damn years. Like all the work is there, and now we're just expressing the potential of the work that we have done. So it's your technique isn't necessarily going to get much better with where we're at right now, and that's okay, even though it can be frustrating. But what we are trying to do is just maximize the potential of where we are currently at. And that's the whole idea of this peak of the peak of the peak. Because then going into next year, as I talked about in the last video, it's going to be a damn near 180, where it's like, it's all technique shit. It's all just foundational stuff, getting your body in a balanced place and making sure everything's feeling good and looking good and all that cool stuff. Because then we rebuild, well, not rebuild, but we just work on the foundation again, and then we build it back up. So that's why, you know, these things happen in cycles. It's like we realize the potential that we're currently at in the peak phase, and then we kind of start to cycle over. And it's like a, you know, the spiral of evolution where we keep cycling back around, but ideally each time we cycle back around, you're a little better than the time before. So just wanted to add that little bit of a spiel there, because I know, and me included, sometimes it can be frustrating when you're like, man, I keep feeling like I'm doing the same shit when it gets to certain weights. But what I would be mindful of is, and what I have witnessed, even though when you're in the moment it doesn't feel like this, is that the weights that you're having those issues with are starting to increase. And so the weights, like, which again is sometimes when you don't see the bigger picture, which is why I encourage everybody to like track, you know, what was my total this week? What was my total this week? And like start tracking because that's the thing that we're measuring over time. Because then you can really start to see like, oh shit, like a month ago, I was struggling with this. And now I'm hitting more than this, and it's a bad day for me today. And so you're just recognizing that progress, even though it may still feel like, man, I keep dealing with the same bullshit. And the last little note with that is you just got to keep doing it, bro, at the end of the day. Okay? So it is rest. It's a rest prep week coming into this week. So this is like a slight little deload with a little bit of a caveat, just knowing that this is a peak phase. The intention behind it, because remember that's the important thing, the intention behind it is like we're still in this peak phase. The volume and the intensity are going to kind of speak for themselves as far as the deload goes, but still just keeping that mentality of like, okay, there's this little bit, I'm just easing off the gas, just a little touch. We're going to coast for just a sec, and then we're going to floor that bitch. Okay? And we got 3 weeks left, y'all. And then like we are literally taking a month off. I mean, obviously you can do what the fuck you want. You can still go to the gym, do what you want. And I've never taken this long of time off. So it's kind of scary for me, honestly. But it does feel aligned. It feels like an experience that needs to be had, especially looking at the big picture of things, which having that month off is almost, it's like even more motivation for these next 3 weeks of just like, all right, like, fuck everything, fuck how it feels, fuck how you feel, fuck them, let's pull up and send it and see what we got. Okay?
So we got,
okay.
Even in, guys, even in like pro sports, pro athletes, like they finish their season and they take at least a whole couple weeks or like a month off. Like, let your body and mind reset, because like, you know, it's hard. Like, you feel hard on your body, hard on your mind. Like, it's stressful. It is stress. Like, training consistently is stress. It's a good stress, and the stress that we need in order to see growth and stimulation. But like, it is still stress. And at some point, if you don't manage that stress, if you don't find ways to periodize and like cycle it out, let your body recover, it becomes like you can see more harm than good. Even if you're training every single day, even if you're getting 8 hours of sleep, sometimes you need extended periods of rest. Let your body recuperate and rejuvenate. And then remember, and maybe miss the grind. Maybe miss, like, sometimes taking a break away from something lets you realize, hey, I actually really love this. Like, maybe it was hard, it's stressful, and it's like stimulating for me, but like, I really enjoy it. I'll tell you this, like you said, like, you know, it takes years of committing to something. And I would say, guys, even more so than doing it, it's just beginning to believe in yourself. Like, sometimes you get ready to lift up a bar, in terms of weightlifting specifically, and like, you're not really sure because like maybe your body's feeling some type of way, but you believing that you can do it is half the battle. If you just know, if you get to the bar and like, this probably isn't gonna work,
I don't know, bro.
Even if you're physically capable of doing it, you're more likely to miss it because you're not locked in, you're not focused, you're not giving yourself a chance to even succeed. But even if I know, maybe back in my head, this is really heavy, I might not make this, but I give myself a chance and I say, you know what, but it could work. I could do it and I can do it. Then that with lifting, but also with life, because life's gonna throw things at you heavier than any barbell could be. Life's gonna throw things at you more stressful, more uncomfortable than what you could make yourself uncomfortable in the gym. But we choose those hard things, we choose those difficult things, because they show us and remind us how strong we are. All right, so we're gonna finish through, like you said, get to the finish line, then we take a break, we reset, catch our breath, we go back in. It'll be good, guys. Come on, let's go.
Beautiful. Okay, so this is obviously year 4, quarter 4, and we're going into week 6. And the average for this week is a 1, 2, 3, y'all. Like a A, B, C, and a do, re, mi. Come on now. So obviously 1's the volume. So overall, very low volume. I mean, pretty similar to what we've experienced this week, how you just essentially got 1 to 2 lifts each day. And the density is a little bit higher than last week. So there might be a couple doubles, maybe a couple triples going on this week. And then it's a 3 intensity. So, you know, it's still going to be overall moderate, although that's still going to lead to a heavy day on Saturday. So that's still going to be like a full-on test day. And what I'm imagining will happen is, you know, the beginning of the week will be a little bit more laid back. And then by the time we get to Saturday, it'll kind of be like this primer going into these next 2 weeks. And again, from the little bit of time off, you might even get stronger. And that's, hopefully you guys are also seeing that, you know, those that are following along with this programming, that even though we haven't been doing that much because it's been in this like essentially meet prep phase, the extra rest, even though the intensity has been high, like your strength is going up. I mean, I've witnessed, I mean, I feel like almost everybody has hit some kind of PR or at least some kind of weight that they haven't touched in a long time over these past couple of weeks. So whatever we're doing, something's happening. All right. Beautiful. And I won't put a date on it yet, but I'm imagining over these next several weeks, or really a couple weeks, I will kind of have fully built out at least the overall idea for sure of what the first quarter of next year is going to look like. And then we'll do some of them markers they're going on us. They're turning into erasers.
Ran them into the ground.
So within the next couple of weeks, we'll probably do the overview of the first cycle of next year so that y'all can just sit and think about that for a whole month. Okay, so we got them numbered down. There's a 2, 3, 2, and a 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, and a cool. All right, so let's just pull up what we did last week. We'll probably keep a very similar flow going into these last several weeks. No need to make any hard changes. Things are going well. So let's see where she's at. There she is. Whoop. And just, I guess a good time, a little refresher for you all of the programming in general is, we do this 5-day template, but the way it is designed is whether you're doing a 5-day or a 4-day or a 3-day, it's all structured within. So those that are doing the 3-day program, the 3-day template, you'll do your strength day, your weakness day, and your test day. The 4-day template, you'll do the strength day, the weakness day, accessory day, and the test day. And then the 5-day template, obviously you'll do all of the days. The specific day would be that 5th day, because that is our order of the specificity prioritization. Beautiful. Oops. Rested. And you prepped that bitch?
Prepped it. That's what it is.
Prepped that hoe.
Son of a shepherd.
Although, who knows? Next cycle we may switch it all up. Whole new way of doing things. That's what I seem like I like to do. Okay. Let's see here. So we started off on Monday. It's a prep day. It's a strength focused day. So, I mean, honestly, again, I think what we've been doing has been working well. I like that complex. So I think we can just run that back.
Into the ground.
Yep. So, I mean, we've been calling that a technique thing, which is just fine. Snatch pull, power snatch, snatch balance.
Yeah, I've seen numbers go up on that one pretty consistently.
Mm-hmm. And I do notice, and this isn't the case for everyone, but, we like to work with exercises that if we're not doing the thing itself, which right now it's the snatch and the clean and jerk, then the exercises that have the best correlation to the improvement of the snatch and the clean and jerk and the power snatch, I feel like is definitely one. Again, not for everybody, depending on what your weaknesses are, but that is one, like, as the power snatch goes up, it's a pretty good indicator your overall snatch is going to go up. And a little key there, so I'll kind of circle back. So on the strength.
Oh, whoops, I forgot the numbers for that one.
Yeah, so 2. So if we're doing, it's 3. I mean, we'll just keep it as that'll work. That'll do. So 2 sets, added 2. So pretty chilling on Monday. And then we'll do the front squat and hold on, let's think here for a sec. So clean and jerk. So I guess one of the only questions that I had, because if we do the same thing, then we'll do the clean and jerk, and then the back squat here. I guess the only question that I had was like, do we want to like, because basically for the rest of this cycle, this specific day is just going to be a single. It's just going to be like one or the other. So do we want to just keep doing the same thing like the clean and jerk, or do we want to have it kind of switch up between the snatch and the clean and jerk?
Especially as accessories begin to lessen, I think that clean complex, we can switch the clean complex and the snatch complex, so we can put the one that's the clean pull, the power clean, push press, put that on Monday, to put snatches for the second day. So that way we kind of cycle out. So then it's like, all consistent, like, the part, because that way, we talked about in the video or earlier that like, just so technique, stuff that's involved, right, for both of them, and then you still get to like kind of go heavy on one of the other ones before, so I think.
I like that. And also because not everybody does the accessory day, because that's the 4-day template, right, so that way we can get a little bit of that clean and jerk complex.
Love that.
Okay, so scratch that.
Okay.
So we'll take that complex out. I think the numbers would be the same, but we just switch up the complex for the, what is it, the clean pull plus the power clean?
Wait.
What I got right here?
Time out. No. So are we doing the clean and jerk this week for next week for the specific, or are we doing snatch?
I think we do snatch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I got you. You're right.
Because from a personal bias standpoint, it's also a double.
Also a what?
It's also a double.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit easier.
Yeah, snatches sound great, bro. So yeah, clean pull, power clean, push press. And then, so if that's the case, do we also want to, going into this last phase, do we want to, because we've been emphasizing the back squat on this weakness day. And I think like damn near everybody's hit either a back squat PR or they've hit more than they ever hit.
Right.
So do we want to be like, okay, I think, because again, specificity's sake, and technically speaking, a front squat is more specific to Olympic lifting than a back squat, just because when you do a clean, that is a front squat. And we have been emphasizing the back squats on this day for a while. So do we want to, going into this last cycle, flip that up, do the back squat here. So we'll do a back squat and then a snatch and then a front squat.
I like it. Switching it up.
Okay.
Because obviously, like, you feel like you normally pair front squats with like clean stuff and back squats with snatch stuff. But I think it's also good to switch it up sometimes and just like keep your body guessing, keep that stimulus. So I'm here for it. I like it. I like it.
And then if that's the case, because we did that front squat plus the jerk complex, so now we would essentially be eliminating the jerk work, which I think is still important. So the question would be, do we just add in, because I think we did this one of the other weeks where we had 4 things going on. Or we could, no, I think I like the clean pull.
I do the clean pull a lot.
So the clean pull, power clean, push press, plus a jerk. How do we feel about that?
That's fine, especially at a 2. I think it's doable for sure.
Well, I mean, I think the other week we did it plus a power jerk.
But we just took the power jerk away.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I feel like on a deload, but the thing is, do you want to add more
clean
like
power clean,
more things to focus on, or like a deload week? I think it being a 2 makes it doable. Since it's been like, do we want to add more to them, like as they're kind of like winding things down a little bit, or maybe just substitute the push press with a jerk is what I would say.
Okay, yeah. So it'd be that, or we just get super specific and just do. I mean, I guess we can keep the clean pull.
Yeah.
And then just do a power clean plus a jerk.
I think that sounds perfect.
Okay, perfect. There we go.
There we go. Hey, see how we do it.
See how we do it here.
You see how it goes. Because then you still get that same similar vertical pressing motion. Jerking obviously is as most specific to whipping as it can really get. and you still keep the the technical aspects of the clean pull and the power clean as well.
Beautiful.
So, all of it.
There it is. It's like a puzzle, y'all. It's fun. Puzzle piece. All right. I like that.
Cool.
And then some back squats. Cool. And then we'll do the one snatch double on your Tuesday here, on your specific day.
Snatch double. Yeah.
And then we're going to push them front squats on. Cool. I like it. And then we'll do that on that. All right. So that seemed like that was kind of the hardest piece of the puzzle there. And now everything else should be flowing pretty smooth. All right. 1 + 1 + 1.
There's some front squats here.
And one thing I will say on those back squats on Monday, because they are 2 and it's a triple. Ooh, that's good. getting my wheels a turning.
Oh my gosh. This guy.
I was, I'll just throw it out here. Maybe we just toss it out. Let me just throw it out here. What if we did, on the back squat, we did a little PAP work. We did box jumps. So we did back squats going into the box jumps. Because what I was going to say is that because it is a 2 and we got a triple, is to really like focus on speed coming out of it. Like have that really be your emphasis, is being as fast as you possibly can. So then that kind of brought the idea of, do we just want to drive that home with a little bit of like some plyometric work with that.
It's 3 quick squats and then
we'll
go over.
And if we did that too, what we could do is, we could do 2 reps. So we do 2 by 2 at a 2, and then superset that with the.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do.
Come on now.
Back squat, and I'm gonna emphasize speed.
Cool.
Sorry, all caps.
All caps.
Because we don't want there to be any misunderstanding. This is supposed to be fast squats.
Yes. Speed.
Plus box jumps.
Love it. I like it.
So we're going 2
by 2 at a 2.
Triple 2.
Perfect. Cool.
There you go.
And ideally too, that'll be even a little bit of a, just that plyometric work should have a nice little translation, a little primer into the snatch. Just saying. Who is this guy? All right. So now on to the accessory day. So since we're switching up, we'll do that snatch complex on this day. So that's the snatch pull plus the snower snatch, the snower patch. The question is,
There's always a question. There's always a question. Oh my gosh.
so it's really just that the snatch balance.
You're saying like whether you want to keep that or not, you're saying?
Yeah, but I think I like it.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's good. It's nice.
She nice. She aight.
She's a good lady. Okay.
All right, so that'll be a 2 by 2 at a 3, or a 2 by 1 plus 1 plus 1, rather. And then, okay, so, all right, well, this last piece, let's, maybe we got to ponder this for a sec. This accessory, so this last week we did snatch deadlift, and now that was after doing a clean and jerk complex. So, let's see, we've done the clean and jerk technique work, we've done some snatch technique work, we did a heavy-ish full snatch, we've done the front squat, we've done the back squat. So I guess the question would be, do we want to, I guess that would be okay. Like so instead of a snatch deadlift, we could do a clean deadlift.
Okay.
Or do we want to do like some more accessory kind of thing?
I feel like only because you've got a clean pull already, you got a snatch pull already, so you already have very like from the ground, like deadlifty, pulley type of motions. Obviously already with the full snatch as well. I'd say an actual accessory or like a superset, something like that would probably be good. Just to kind of like taper the body off, hit some of the space because like obviously everything's just been super sagittal all week. Nothing lateral, nothing frontal at all. So I like the superset you do a lot, where like you do something and you'll do like those lateral bounds. I like that.
Okay.
Or maybe like, you know, or maybe like a med ball toss like on the wall, something like that. So like,
still keep it a little explosive. But
yeah, exactly. A little rotation, a little bit of lateral movement. So maybe like, you know, superset of like med ball throws to the wall. Then you come over right away and do like those lateral bounds. So you get the rotation and frontal plane movement, and maybe like one more thing in there. Maybe like, what do you think?
Okay. What if we did? Let me see. Yeah, because I like the med ball. That's like keeping that explosive. Because I'm also thinking too, you know, going into this day, like you know, having a little bit, because technically we haven't done any kind of clean and jerk since Monday. Now, granted, this is you know a rest prep week.
That's fair.
So what if we did like an RDL? It's like a clean RDL. So it's still like a little something heavy, but still, you know, just kind of like it's more of an accessory move.
Right.
And then we just superset that with the med ball side toss. All right. Beautiful.
I'll meet you in the middle, partner. I'll meet you right there. Cool. So we got clean RDL, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll go ahead and we'll double that. So we'll do it a 4 reps. That'd really just be, I mean, yeah, we just do 1 set. We'll keep the volume low.
So how do we want to break that up?
So it'd just be 1 by 4 at a 3, and then 1 by 4 per side at a 3.
At 3.
Yeah, perfect. Cool. Yeah, and like I guess just to answer maybe a question that may arise, like what would be a 3 for like a med ball side toss, because you're not necessarily like going heavier on the weight. And a lot of that I think would just become the intention behind that. So there's a different, you know, when you're like full long, like
5 is like the ball is like exploding off the wall and you're like, but 3 it's probably gonna be like very like intentional, but not like you're trying to fucking rip your fucking trunk off.
Yeah, and a little bit more even, I guess, technical focus of, you know, not just trying to toss with your arms, but really like loading into the legs, into the hips, like having the good sequence with the rotation with that.
Indeed.
So a little tidbit there.
Indeed.
And if you want to, you can use straps on those clean RDLs. Your boy will. That's for damn sure.
Your boy will.
And then test day is test day.
Such a hard mixtape.
Perfect.
Oh.
Whoopsies. About that time.
About that time. I'll do. Good enough. Skirt. And then we got a little resty rest.
Yep. And we're just going to send it off. And probably by the time that you watch this, I'm going to put together like a little Eventbrite, or I'll put together some kind of event thing for the test day that we're going to have in really in a couple weeks, December 7th. And I'm also gonna brainstorm a little bit today, so by the time you watch this or see the event page, it'll be a little bit more fleshed out. Because I want to have a way, because there may be also a way that we could still make it like an online qualifier, even though technically it's not like a sanctioned event. But like anybody that does it, we could still have it, so it would still count for total. I think that would be, and again, I just came up with that right now. So yeah, I'll kind of flesh that out a little bit, but I would plan on December 7th. All right. So I guess even from the last time that I spoke about this, even though it's not going to be sanctioned, and there may be a couple twists in there just because, maybe make it a little bit more fun in some different ways. Maybe not, but we'll see. But either way, I think we can do it as a online qualifier at the very least. So anybody that wants to qualify, we can just make sure that we go through and get you ready. All right, well, there it is, y'all. Take another gander. This is a work of art here. Great job, my friend.
Hey.
Okay. That's it, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you when we fucking see you.